that was a song I made a couple years back, right? So I've been listening to my old music from a couple years ago, right? All day. I just been listening to it all day. And I just been thinking, right? The reason I've been able to listen to my old songs that I made when I was like 21. Yeah, I was like 21 or 22 when I made that song, something like that. I'm 25 now. The reason I can listen to it and not cringe so much is because, not because it was fantastic, right? It's some parts that I like, but the whole thing itself just lasted. It lasted time. You know what I'm saying? It really aged like fine wine, so to speak. And I'm not trying to sit here and brag. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and say that my music, that I'm like the next Kanye or the next, you know what I'm saying, the next Chris Brown or whatever. But I mean, I'm able to listen to it because it came from the soul. You know what I'm saying? All my music that I made back then really came from a place that I cared about, you know? Art is in a bad spot, right? This video is going to kind of play off of what my last video was that I made a few days ago. But art is not in a good place right now. Art is not lasting. It's not standing the test of time. And that matters. That matters a whole lot, you know? I think a lot, really most of it has to do with people don't care about the soul of entertainment and art anymore. You know, people don't care about what makes good art good. You know, people don't care about none of that. And honestly, you could say that was, you know, this has been a problem since the dawn of time. You know, you could say that even back in, I'd say, you know, the mid to late 20th century, you know, 1900s, when a lot of people say that's when like the best time to be alive for music, at least. That was like some of the best music we've ever had. Even then, you had a lot of artists who might have made it, right, who really didn't care. They really didn't give a damn about their music, you know, and their craft. But I mean, at the end of the day, most of them cared back then. You know, most of them gave a damn, so to speak. And I think that it shows, it's juxtaposed to where we are today. It's crazy. It's really crazy, man. You know, a lot of people just want the next bag. A lot of people just want the next come up. You know, they don't care about what it takes. They don't care about the passion that goes into it. They don't care about the time it takes. You know, it took me it only took me a day to record that song, you know, with me and my man's Jason. But it took me a while to come up with those lyrics, you know, and maybe I'll show my music to y'all one day. You know, I used to have it up on Spotify and Apple Music, but I took it down a long time ago. But I'm just like, man, you know, I don't listen to nothing new no more, bro. I still love hip hop. I still love listening to new age music. You know, I love all genres of music, not just hip hop, but specifically hip hop, since right now hip hop is not in a great spot, at least new mainstream hip hop, right? I don't listen to it. You know, I listened to a lot of stuff when I was younger, a lot of 80s and 90s hip hop, a lot of 80s and 90s R&B, you know, a lot of pop, a lot of rock. I love rock music. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Got a phone call. But nah, bro. You know, I really listening to my music, you know, it's just had me thinking like so much of not just music, but art in general nowadays is just not respected, bro. It's just not respected. And, you know, my last video touched on executives and, you know, modern day politics being just shoved into art. And, you know, that's one of the main reasons, but that's not it. You know, that's not the main reason. So many individual creators just don't care like how they used to, man. You know, so many individual creators. My bad, y'all. You know, I'm on my way to go pick up my baby. You know, I'm on the way to go pick up my baby from school. But I just had to get this video out, man. I just had to touch on this subject. Hopefully my camera isn't crooked now. I'm driving and not looking where I'm going. Hopefully this video comes out. If it did, then I didn't get pulled over and I didn't crash. But yeah, man, you know, art is not in a great space, man. Art is just in such a weird position that's just like, you got the people who care, you got the people who actually want to make something good, no matter if 1 million people listen to it or 2 people listen to it, right? I think I touched on in my last video, my short film that I spent 6 months making, right? 6 months trying to make, right? And I went through hell and back the weekend we actually made it. I went through hell and back filming it. Initially only got its first like week, initially only got like, I think 9 or 10 views, bro. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it stung because all the hard work and blood and sweat and tears, literally blood, sweat and tears, you know, I messed my hand up. If you're interested, you know, go watch and see how I messed my hand up pretty bad. Blood everywhere. But man, you know, I sat and I thought, I was just like, man, you know, my first short film at least will be something that I can go back 5+ years from now and look and at least watch it. You know, it's not going to be irrelevant. It's not going to be something that was just lit for January of 2026. You know what I mean? I really want this to be a time, 2026 to be a time where creators that care again rise up and we actually take control, take art back. You know, so many people using AI, so many people, and I'm not sitting here calling AI a demon, right? I'm not sitting here calling AI anything that's but a child of God, you know. I mean, AI is a tool that can help us, you know, but you have lazy people that don't care about nothing but a paycheck that use it, right? That's where the AI slop comes in. That's where you get Darth Vader and, I don't know, Malcolm X playing a pickup game on the moon. You know, that's where you get BS like that coming in, right? And stuff like that will never last. You know, not even 5 years, 5 months from that video, from a video like that coming out, from some slop like that coming out, 5 months from that video is going to be irrelevant. It's going to be like, okay, well, you know, it was funny to some people when it came out, but now it's like, okay, I mean, what is that going to do? You know, it's not nothing that can last. Art is meant to last. Good art is meant to last. Good art is meant to stand the test of time. My music isn't cringe to me because it came from a place that I really cared about. You know, it came from me actually wanting to make music. It came from me actually having something to say. You know, it came from the soul. You know, I mean, I really don't know how else to explain it. And like I said, I'm not trying to sound egocentric. I'm not trying to sound like I'm bragging, but I mean, I actually cared about how this song would portray itself, for lack of a better word, back then when I made it. You know, this is the time for individual artists that care about the craft, man. It really is. Like, I mean, it's no more getting signed, because we all know all that's a scam. It's no more thinking that Big Daddy executive man is going to come save you, going to come drop you a bag. I'm going, sir. So, I mean, you going all slow. Damn it, man. If you really care about your craft, if you really care about your, whatever you make, whatever you have to offer to the world, to people, if you really care about anything that concerns that, then nothing about being made fun of, nothing about not going viral, nothing about immediately getting paid, nothing about immediately getting clout, you know, nothing like that will even sway you into putting anything out there that's not from the soul, that's not going to stand the test of time. Not everything, most of what we have nowadays is so bad that when you put something out, it's literally irrelevant in the next couple days, bro. If what you make is irrelevant, literally immediately after you put it on the internet, people just can look at it one time and then it's like raps. Then, I mean, I personally think there's a problem with that. You know, I personally think that a lot of people don't have the drive that we need for art to be in a good spot. Is that a bad thing? In my opinion, it is. Can we fix it? I think we can, but it's gonna take a while, you know, because so much of what we have to offer now, so much of what we have at our disposal in terms of art, in terms of entertainment, is just so bad. It's so surface level. It's really, it's a shame, honestly. It is, you know, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, make fun of any content creators that just want to get a bag, you know, that just want to, you know, just do it for the clout or whatever your reason is for what you do. I mean, you do what you got to do, but I mean, we don't have enough people that care no more, bro. And that's what's really, that's what's really getting me. How you doing? I'm picking up Nico today. My bad for the cut, y'all. Y'all know I don't really do cuts like that on these type of videos, but I just picked up my baby. Y'all wanna see my baby? Y'all wanna see my baby? Look at my baby. Look at him. Look at him. Look. I'm over there. I'm over there sniffing around, get baby. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer, man, but you know, we really gotta do what we gotta do, man. Us true creators, man. Us people that care. You know, if you care, you know if you care, man. You know if you care. Come on this way, man. Come on, you know if you care, bro. You know, if you care about your craft, if you care about, you know, putting time and work and love into your art, hey man, look. If you care, if you really care about your craft and you care about putting time and work and effort and love and soul and passion into your art, man, the time is now, man. The time is now.